Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Dasbodh. Today, Dashak 8वां, Samas Dusra means second chapter. Sukshma Ashanka Nirupan. Sukshma means ultra microscopic. Nirupan means the discourse. And Ashanka means what are the doubts you have. Because the God is infinitely big and infinitely small, microscopic as well. Okay, so biggest of the biggest doubts and the smallest of the smallest doubts he is trying to clear. Sant Ramdas. श्रीराम मागा श्रुती आक्षेपिले ते पाहिजे निरोपिले निरावेवी कैसे झाले चराचर. Now people doubted if formless God doesn't have brain, doesn't have hands, doesn't have eyes, mouth, brain, mind, as you are saying, because it is formless, then how did he created the chara and achara, the moving things and non-moving things? So that is the doubt. Please clear. That is what the audience and his disciples requested him. Please tell us how it has been created. Okay. Now he has very unique method of answering the questions. He, out of one question, he brings out many secondary, tertiary, super tertiary questions inside it. It mixes, it gets mixed, and a lot of confusion has been created. Then each thread gets answered after creating all the confusion. Chaos is there, and then in that chaos, he finds out each thread of the chaos and answers each and every thread of that chaos. And so that chaos gets diluted and our soul gets merged into the infinite soul. Fantastic way to deal with such complicated, complex, so-called questions. Another side of the story is whichever language you may use, but you cannot describe and trap the God inside the words. Words are inadequate to express how the God is. Okay, so what to take and what not to take, how to remain paramarthi, become yogi, become bhakta, and remain in that state of mind and carry out our duties, everyday life. We remain on the righteous path with all ethics and values, how to live a life, so that worship is done through us, this body 24/7. Okay, at the end of the day, he used to live with Hanumanji. He used to take meals with Hanuman. So Dehabuddhyatu dasam, Jibuddhyatu dansya, Atmudyatu Tomevaham. How to remain in that state of mind. He is going to guide us. Okay? In this samas and in further samas as well. Samas means chapter. Next. याचे ऐसे प्रतिवचन ब्रह्म जे का सनातन तेथे माया मिथ्या भान विवर्त रूप भासे. Now to answer this, another side of the story is like this. I hope you know the diamond is there, it has a lot of facets are there. So you are telling me only this facet, I am telling you another facet of the story. That is what Sant Ramdas is saying. याचे हे प्रतिवचन ब्रह्म जे का सनातन. Brahma, Paramatma Tattva is Sanatan. It is eternal forever. It never borns, it never dies, it never lives. It is there forever. Sanatan means. तेथे माया मिथ्या भान विवर्त रूप दिसे. At that place, Maya is the mirage, whatever has been created, is Bhasma, means it is just a mirage, it is not there, but looks like a magic and it has been created like that we feel. Vivarturupa. How Vivarturup means what? There is a story of everything, that if you see a rope falling on the ground from far away, and in the darkness you feel that is a snake. Like that, while you are living in ignorance, you feel this, it is a kind of a snake. Another side of the story, let us see the scientific story over here. I hope everybody knows the quantum mechanics and the string theory and all those, so many theories are there. Parallelly, everything goes on in this world. So even in the string theory, a string is 10 raised to minus 35. I hope you know that Planck's length is there. So Tanmatra theory is there in Vedantas and all these places as well. So, but it is infinitely small. God is infinitely small. 10 raised to minus 35 meter is not that much. It is still smaller than that. Now, there is another side of story is light has dual nature. A particle nature is there and the wave nature is also there. Then scientists couldn't decide that. Another side of the story is when we were discussing in 1983 something, and when you are in 8th standard first time you listen about atom and all those things, you start, I know more than you, like that fighting was going on. Fighting in the sense, a debate was going on. And there are people who are PhD in physics, maybe 1925, 1935, I'm telling you. Those kinds of old age people were also there. So they started telling that, the quarks are there and all those things are there. And then, you see, a nucleus is there, electron is here. So if you take the whole matter of our body, it will be not even more than 1 millimeter, because there is a gap between neutron and electron. Oh, like that. Oh. Then slowly they started telling that even when the whole universe is taken, the matter inside it can be, congregated into this much only. So then they told about pulsars and all those things. Then even in neutrons and all this, there is a gap between, two particles, and quarks as well. Gluons are there. So neutrons are supposed 10 kilometers and has mass of the whole galaxy and all those things are there. But still the matter is taken. At the end of the day, the Hiranyagarbha is just such a small. Something like that they were started thinking. So then another theory is that our body is made up of particles. Is it a wave or a particle? Nobody could decide. When it dies, then matter cannot be created or destroyed. It gets converted into energy. Energy is everywhere. That energy is everywhere. So by that way also we are eternal. And hence the eternal things behave properly. If you realize this, we become supreme being and we start behaving properly. Because we have the responsibility to behave properly. Otherwise, there are people who are thinking human beings are legions. Then if we then don't behave properly, then others will follow them. Okay? So that's why it is responsibility of all the human beings to behave properly. Okay? So that vivarta roop, it means that we should not see the snake where the rope is there, we should not feel it is a snake. We should behave properly as a supreme being. That is what is the message from him. Adi ek brahma, parabrahma, nitya mukta, akriya parama, tethe avyakruta sukshma zali mula maya. So before everything, parabrahma was there. Now also parabrahma is there. Everything is gone, will be gone, still parabrahma will be there. It is a nitya mukta. It is nitya mukta. Nothing can bind it. It is mukta means it is boundless. It is infinite. Can you hold this Brahma Tattva? I can see the Brahma Tattva. No, it is still here. Akriya Brahma. It doesn't do anything. It is ultimate. Param means ultimate. Tethe avyakruta sukshma zali maya. At that place, even it is not created, still the sukshma microscopic, the root cause of mula maya is there. Okay? So at the end of the day, we say that, oh, it has been created, so something is there. Okay, that is what you are feeling. No, he said, just wait. Something is not there. It is you who have created. If you see God inside, you will see God everywhere. Okay, so you cannot defeat such people. Ashanka. Okay, just a minute. Jali muhe maya ashana. So that's the doubt you have. In fact, it is beyond doubts. God is not doubt, it is beyond doubt. Remember, that is what he is saying. एक ब्रह्म निराकार मुक्त अक्रिय निर्विकार तेथे माया वोडंबर कोठून झाली. One is Brahma and Nirakar means formless. It is Mukta, it is boundless, it is Akriya, it doesn't do anything. It is Nirvikar, it has no form and it is formless and it is beyond the forms as well. You cannot bind. Suppose somebody is saying human body, but God is not only human body. There are so many lights, the fan, the AC, the clock, so many things are there. Even the earth is there. It is beyond that. तेथे माया वोडंबर कुठून आली. Now everything is there, but whatever you see inside, that is the reflection you see outside as well. So it is inside you. That Maya is inside you. It is not outside. If you see formless God inside you, you will see the formless God outside. Kothun yali. So who has created it? It is you. So you have to correct yourself, see Parabrahmadattva everywhere, then you will see all the things. It doesn't mean that somebody pinches you, you feel it, for example. It doesn't mean that you cannot see good or bad. It doesn't mean that you don't understand ethics and values. You understand it, still remain on the righteous path, still remain on ethical path, still follow the root and the truth as well. Follow the roots. I mean, our roots are good, Paramathic roots. So you follow the roots as well. I mean, in the 15th chapter of Gita, roots are down, roots are up as well. God is like that. The roots of God are everywhere. That is what is given, in fact. It is, in fact, giving the inverted tree. So, that way he is telling. Brahma akhand nirguna, yethe icha dhari koण, निर्गुणी सगुणे विण इच्छा नाही. So, Brahma is akhand and nirguna. Brahma is everywhere. You cannot break it. I broke it, so still Brahma Tattva is there. Nirguna, it has no attributes. It is beyond attributes. No attributes means it is beyond attributes. It has infinite attributes and still it is beyond attributes. Tethe icha dhari kon. So he is formless. So icha means vishesh are there to the forms. It is beyond the forms. So who has the vishesh? Nirguni saguna vini icha nahi. Nirgun, formless God, has no vishesh. Sagun, I mean the people having a body have some vishesh. Okay? मुळी असेची ना सगुण म्हणून नामे निर्गुण तेथे झाले सगुण कोणे परी. Now it is not a sagun, it doesn't have form. So it means it is nirgun, it is formless. Then from where the sagun means the species or matter having some attributes, how it has been created. निर्गुणची गुण आले ऐसे जरी अनुवाद आहे लागो पाहे येणे बोले मूर्खपण. Now that formless has been created into the form and then it can be called as a मूर्खता. It's idiotic words. Okay? एक म्हणती निरावय म्हणून अकर्ता तो देव त्याची लिया बापुडेची काय जाणती. Another side of the story, another facet we'll see now. There are some people who say, oh, I'm just a small soul, S-O-U-L. So, how can I know about that God which is doing nothing and which is doing everything? I'm just a small soul. I don't know anything. Okay, this is another side of the story. Now, another facet, one more facet is there. एक म्हणते तो परमात्मा कोण जाणे त्याचा महिमा. प्राणी बापुडा जीवात्मा काय जाणे. Some people say that Paramatma has, he has created infinite things and he knows me inside and outside. He knows my past, he knows my present, he knows my future, and I'm just a small creature. How can I know his mahima? Means how can I know about him? How can I know everything? How can I know everything about him? Okay? उगाच महिमा सांगती शास्त्रात अवघा लोपिती बळेच निर्गुणास म्हणती करून या करता. Another facet, there are people who say they chant a lot of names, lot of a lot of Om Bhurvassa. Somebody says Om Trimbakam Jamay, and so many stotras are there, so many ways. Lagrudra, Maharudra, Lakshmi Stotra, Durga Stotra, so many stotra and so many Upanishad and so many things are there. They are telling, the Mahima means God is such and God is such. God is like this, God is not like this, and all those things. Shastra. So many Shastras, so many books and so many knowledgeable texts are there. Spiritual scripts are there. Adhyatma scripts are there. But they also at the end say, Neti, Neti, it is beyond that. And by force they are telling, by force they are saying it is doing everything, but it is not doing everything. By doing everything, he remains non-doer as well, akarta. So it is another side of the story. One more thing, now another facet is there. मुळी नाही कर्तव्यता, कोण करून अकर्ता, करता अकर्ता हे वार्ता समूळ मिथ्या. Now God doesn't do anything, he is not doer. So how you are calling him as a doer and then saying non-doer? He is doing nothing. Now this karta, doer and non-doer, these are falsehood only. Samul mithya. Mithya means falsehood. Many times mithya doesn't means it doesn't exist or it is false, it is untruthful or something like that. It means many a times it is beyond our words as well. Okay? Another side of the story. One more facet. जे ठाईचे निर्गुण तेथे कैसे करते पण तरी इच्छा धरी कोण सृष्टी रचाव्याची. Now it is formless. It is formless, so it is not doing anything. It is obvious. Now who is thinking that I have to create this world, and by just a wish he has created everything? Who is that? Who has that wish? Because it is formless. Then if we think that it has some wishes, then that comes under the sagun and a God having some kind of form. Okay? इच्छा परमेश्वराची अशी युक्ती बहुतेकांची, पण त्या निर्गुणाची इच्छा कैची ते कळेना. Now you see that just by wish he has created everything. This is a good trick. But that formless God doesn't have wishes. From where he will form some wish? It is a formless. How can you form a wish? How can you think about the wish? The wish happens to be in the brain and mind and soul and all this kind of sangat. What do you say? Okay, these 3-4 OVs are telling one more facet. Another facet is there. देवीण झाले सर्व, मग देवास कैसा ठाव, ते येथे देवाचा भाव दिसून आला. Now you see, if there are no wishes, another side of story is saying that without the God, everything has been created. If God is not there, it means you are talking about you are iconoclastic. You are saying that God doesn't exist. Okay, iconoclastic side is also there. You see, all the sadhus, saints, and all these kinds of people, at extreme end, even Buddhism, Jainism, even Hinduism, all these things, Advait, Siddhantas are there. So many places you see, extreme end they take to the disciple that he feels that God doesn't exist. Do you mean to say that? Okay, that facet is also there. So that they get rid of all the bondings. That is the main root cause of that. देव म्हणे सृष्टी करता तरी येवम पाय सगुणता निर्गुणपणाची वार्ता देवाची बुडाली. Now this been extended, this iconoclastic and atheist and God doesn't exist, that point is. देव म्हणे सृष्टी करता means God has created all this world. Punarapi Jannam, Punarapi Maranam, and bio, geochemical cycles, and so many cycles, so many galaxies, so many infinite universes, infinite dimensions, infinite bodies, where is supreme beings are there, small beings are there, whatever it may be. We can think about the only 10, 12, 15 dimensions. God is God has infinite dimensions. Just remember. तरी एवं पाहे सगुणता निर्गुणपणाची वार्ता देवाची बुडाली. Now, if we think some wishes are there, something is created, then somebody has created. That makes it is a sagun. Then God having form is there. If God has some form, then formless God doesn't exist. If God having form exists, then formless God doesn't exist. If formless God doesn't exist, then God having form exists. But this is duality. It means God doesn't exist. It means, again, we are going towards atheism, atheist and godless society, and God doesn't exist. That kind of concept. Okay? This is one side of story. Another facet is open, you see. They ठाईच निर्गुण. Basically, God is formless. तरी सृष्टिकर्ता कोण? कर्तेपणाचे सगुण नासिवंत. Now somebody has created the world. It means that has form. But anything having form is going to die. It is perishable. But God is eternal. God is immortal. So then, going beyond just existence of God, astitva of God, to non-existence of God, nastikvad, atheism, atheist society, he is going beyond that. He is saying God is nashivanta, means it is going to die. Is he taking everything? He is become doer and he is saying I am the doer? No, it is beyond that. If he is doer, then he is going to die. Then because Sagun has everything is going to die at the end of the apocalypse, or you may say Kalpanta, and all those concepts are there. So is God going to die? No, God doesn't die. Next. तेथ पडेल विचार कैसे झाले चराचर सचराचर माया म्हणे स्वतंत्र तरी हे विपरीत दिसे. नाउ another facet he has opened. You see, these are fantastic people, you see. In how much depth they are thinking. Even common man cannot think into so much depth. येथे पडेल विचार. Now let us try to think. Who has created this? Chara means moving, achara means non-moving things. Now if we think that Maya has created, it is Swatantra, then it is an independent entity. But who gives energy to Maya? It is the God. Then God, Maya cannot create it. If Maya has all the energy, all the power, it doesn't solve the problems. Because only one energy exists, that is God. And Maya can't have all this Swatantra energy, independent energy. And because if it has, then it leads to the Nirishwarvad, atheist, and non-existence of God. Next, again, one more facet is open. माया कोणी नाही केले हे आपणची विस्तारली ऐसे बोलता बुडाली देवाची वार्ता. Again, if nobody has created the Maya, this mirage of the world, and it came into being, and it Ekam Bhausya, a lot of things have been created, then again it is leading to atheism, means non-existence of God. But we believe in God. Okay. देव निर्गुण स्वतः सिद्ध त्यासी मायेचा काय संबंध ऐसे बोलता विरुद्ध दिसून आले. Another facet is open. देव निर्गुण स्वतः सिद्ध. God is formless and he is स्वतः सिद्ध. He is complete being. Complete being. त्यासी मायेशी काय संबंध? It has nothing to do with mirage of Maya. ऐसे बोलता विरुद्ध दिसून आले. Now you already said only God exists, then Maya doesn't exist. Then are you not talking just opposite thing? Juxtapose. North Pole is true and South Pole is true. That is what you are saying. Another facet. Now another facet is there is. You see, सकळ काही कर्तव्यता आली मायेच्याची माथा तरी भक्तांस उद्धरता देव नाही की. Now Maya is doing everything, and then you are doing everything. Then we fall into the the mirage of Maya, and we get misguided, we go everywhere like ignorant people. But no, God is always there to take care of his devotee. Bhakta Uddharita. He always take God always take, and Guru takes, Sadguru takes his disciple to always to exalted state. It will not happen. Okay, this is also one of the facet. नेक्स्ट देवे विण नुसती माया कोण नेल विलया आम्हा भक्ता सांभाळा कोणीच नाही. So now only Maya is there and God doesn't exist. Then who will take care of devotees like us? All the disciples are saying. म्हणून माया स्वतंत्र ऐसा न घडे किम विचार. मायास निर्मिता सर्वेश्वर तो एकच आहे. So the mirage doesn't have its own existence. It is created because of the sun rays, and sun is the real thing because of which mirage is created. Like that, the Sarveshwar or the Almighty God is there, who happens to create all these things. Okay, that is the conclusion we can draw. He is saying it is a temporary conclusion, for example, now because he has told this all side. So many facets he has seen. But there is not only one diamond, no? There are infinite diamonds. These people are, they have, supreme brains, you can say. Now, another side of the story. तरी तो कैसा आहे ईश्वर, मायेचा कैसा विचार, तरी हे आता सविस्तर बोलले पाहिजे. नाउ हाउ दॅट गॉड इज देअर, लेट अस सी इन डिटेल्स. सविस्तर मीन्स डिटेल्स. बोलिले पाहिजे मीन्स आय शुड स्पीक अँड आय शुड टेल. श्रोता व्हावे सावधान, एकाग्र करून या मन, आता कथानुसंधान सावध ऐका. नाउ ऑल द ऑडियन्स बी अलर्ट. आय एम गोइंग टू टेल एव्हरीथिंग विथ फुल कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन. प्लीज लिसन विथ अलर्ट माइंड, विथ अवेकन स्टेट ऑफ माइंड. येथे आशंकेचा भाव, ज्यांनी वेगळाले अनुभव, तेही बोली जेती सर्व येथानुक्रमे. नाउ you have some doubts, and that is why you are saying all these things. But there are people who are creating questions. There are people who are creating answers. There are as many questions are there, as many answers are there. In the answers also there are so many forms are there. Now question has so many threads, answers also have so many threads. You super. Now I am going to do ethanukrama, means one by one I am going to tell. एक म्हणे ती देवे केली. Some people say everything has been created by God. म्हणून हे विस्तारले, and that's why एकोहम बहुसम lot of things have been created. देवाची इच्छा नसती झाली तरी हे माया कैची. Now if God has not created, God has no wishes, then who has created this Maya? Okay, that is one side of story. Again another diamond has been created, and again one facet is there. Then who created the Maya? Okay, how can we see all these things? It is you at the end of the day who has created. He is trying to tell. एक म्हणे ती देव निर्गुण, येथे इच्छा करी कोण, माया मिथ्या आपण झालीच नाही. नाउ some people say that God is formless. He doesn't have any wishes. And this Maya mithya mirage is there. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Okay. Another side of the story. 1, 2, 3, so many facets are there. एक म्हणे ती प्रत्यक्ष दिसे, तैसी नाही म्हणता कैसे, माया हे अनादि असे शक्ती ईश्वराची. Now you are seeing it, प्रत्यक्ष दिसे, and how can you say it doesn't exist? माया हे अनादि असे शक्ती ईश्वराची. So it exists because it is not anadi. It is not been, it didn't existed before God, but it is there since long. Anadi means it doesn't have adi, means it doesn't have start, but it is a shakti, means power of God, energy of God. So there is one side of the story. एक म्हणती साच असे, तरी हे ज्ञाने कैसे निरसे, साचा सारखीच दिसे परी हे मिथ्या. Some people say it is a truth that Maya is there, but it is mithya. But it is not the truth. It is a falsehood. Maya is falsehood. It is not the ultimate truth. Thus, the conclusion is that it looks to be existing, but it doesn't exist. With the mithya means it doesn't exist. And Maya is not the ultimate truth. Now, another side of the story. एक म्हणती मिथ्या स्वभाव तरी साधन कासिया करावे भक्ती साधन बोलिले देवे माया त्यागा कारणे. Now you see, they have come to that point where people will have everything is waste. Why should I do penance then? Okay. एक म्हणती मिथ्या स्वभाव. Now Maya is mithya. Okay. Everything is mithya. Everything is not truthful and everything is waste of time. तरी साधन का असे करावे. Then why should I perform the penance? Why should I perform 24/7 the work is worship? भक्ती साधन बोलेले दे माया त्याग करणे. Remember, don't come to this conclusion. He is warning us. भक्ती साधन बोलेले दे, this penance, this work is worship 24/7 is for only maya त्याग करणे. Only for getting above this maya. Tyag means to get rid of maya, but it is just think about maya and think about it and then understand how it is mirage and then get rid of it. Once you get rid of it, then you will see the formless God everywhere. The main aim is to see the formless God everywhere. You cannot do, like Kshatriya, you just get rid of all your, a stone is there, it is tag, you create a statue out of it. So these are some of the attributes you have to get rid of so that you become formless God, you become yogi, become bhakta and become a realized soul. Remain in that state of mind and do 24/7 puja, means work is worship. So he is warning us at this place. Another side of the story. एक म्हणती मिथ्या दिसते भय अज्ञान सन्ने पाहते साधन औषधे घेई जेते पर ते दुष्य मिथ्या. Now you see, some people say it is a mithya, it is non-truthful, it is waste of time, it doesn't exist. But they have fear that out of ignorance they will suffer from sannipad. Sannipad means where am I, what I am doing, like and then they start, somebody says something, I can see, like movie, they feel something and they start just murmuring something out of ignorance because of that disease. Sannipad, the disease name is Sannipad. So are you saying that we are all suffering from that disease and we are speaking anything and living such a waste life? Question is there. I mean, साधन औषधे घ्यायचे ते परी ते दृश्य मिथ्या. How much ever the medicine we may take, like a sadhana and penance we are doing, the puja and the work is worship, and we are offering so many things, we are doing so many things to get rid of this. Still, do you mean to say we are entangled into this ignorance of Maya? All our prayers are gone waste? Are we wasting our time in prayers? Parite drishya mithya. And still we are not realizing that this is mithya. Brahmam satyam jagan mithya. Brahman is God, everywhere is truth, and the rest of the everything comes under mithya, means falsehood. Do you mean to say that? So he said, yes, that is the reality, that if you are not realizing this, then you are wasting your time. Please don't waste your time. Try to come into this awakened state of mind. Okay? Now, another side of the story. अनंत साधने बोलिली नाना मते भांबावली तरी माया न वचे त्यागेली मिथ्या कैसे म्हणावी. Infinite kinds of penance we are doing, infinite kinds of givings we are doing so many things to become realized soul, to get mukti, to get salvation, to get brahmadnya. But what happens now? But is there nana mate bhambali. So what happens that whatever Sadguru tells you, you just perform that sadhana. Many times what happens? A person go to this god, this center, that center to fulfill this wish. He goes to that temple to fulfill that wish. He go to that church to fulfill that wish. He go to that mosque or mazhar or whatever it may be, you can say, or that place. So that person get confused. For what purpose I am living? Am I living for just fulfilling the wishes? Even many times he doesn't realize that becomes way of life for him. तरी माया नवची त्यागली मिथ्या कैसे म्हणा. Whatever he does, still he happens to remain this mirage of life. Not the real life, mirage of life. मिथ्या कैसे म्हणा. Then how to understand the untruthfulness of this mirage of Maya? Another side of the story again. मिथ्या बोले योगवाणी, मिथ्या वेदशास्त्री पुराणे, मिथ्या नाना निरूपणी बोलिले माया. Now, Yogavani means all the yogas, even the Vedas, Upanishads, Veda Shastra, and Puranas are there. I hope there are so many Puranas, the Bhagavad Puran, this Puran, that Puran, Garu Puran, so many Puranas. All the Puranas and all the Vedas and all the Shastras, all the spiritual scripts, the Adhyatmic scripts are saying that it is a Mithya. It is Mithya, has a lot of meanings. Mithya means falsehood. Mithya means it doesn't exist. Mithya means it is going to perish. Mithya means you should realize that this is going to get perished and you have to become realized soul, and that is attain the mukti, atman. That is the only way to live life. Mithya has so many sides. Just remember. Mithya nana nirupani bolili maya. So many discourses are there where so many concepts have been put and people have heard it. In India, you just ask anybody, he will tell a lot of stories about, from so many sadhus and saints, sannyasis and fakirs and so many. Basically, India is a spiritual country. Okay? You will see, in fact, there are gods for even people living in jungles and living on the streets, and they are offering, prayers to God. Living in a home, living in a beautiful temple. They have temple inside their house, and so many things are there. It's a unique country in the world. Okay. माया मिथ्या म्हणता गेली, हे वार्ता नाही ऐकली, मिथ्या म्हणताच लागली समागमे. Another side of the story. Now, if you try to run away from something, it will fall on your head. Like that. Maya mithya manta geli. Now I say that, Maya is ignorant. That disciple is saying, hey, varta nahi aikali. In fact, he is telling the story of one of the disciples, Sant Ramdas only. But if you run away from it, it will fall on your head. But if you don't try to get rid of it, then it will try to follow us and it will stand in front of you. For example, a child is there, for example. Mother says, go away, let me do the cooking. So still it comes at mommy. So it falls on the mommy. That child crying. So she has to take care. Maybe in one hand she holds him and that child, infant is there and start cooking or something like that. So it will always follow if you try to get rid of it. Another side of the story, one more side of the story is there. ज्याचे अंतरित ज्ञान नाही ओळखिले सज्जन त्यास माया मिथ्याभिमान सत्तेची वाटे. Now he has come to that point. If you have Brahmadhan inside your mind, brain and soul, then you realize that this Maya is mithya and God is the only reality and you can see God everywhere. But if you do not understand such people, you cannot see the God everywhere, then they will feel that Maya, this mirage, this world with the only truth. Try to understand how the Sajjan are living, how these people are living with the God at all the times. If you can't see such kind of Sajjan, people, Bhadralok, what we call in Bengali, in so many other languages. Good people, try to find the good people, try to live with them, Santa Sajjan. Because in the Sat Samagam only you will realize this. If you realize it, it is better. If you don't realize this, then Maya Mithyaviman, then Maya will look truthful, and you'll have abhiman, means you will fall into the cycle of egotism, me, myself, and all those things. Thinking you as the body and taking care of the body all the times, thinking about how to do this and that, and how to maybe there are you'll fall behind power, penny, and all the fantastic things. Okay, that is the warning Sant Ramdas is giving to us. Next, another side of the story. जेणे जैसा निश्चय केला तैसाची तयासी तैसाची फळाला पाहे तुझी दिसे बिंबला तैसी माया. Now whatever you think, I am this, I am that, and then you do all the fantastic thing. You feel you are the most powerful person in the world. You try to rebel others under your feet. If you try to think you are the most richest person in the world, you try to take advantage of that. If you think you are the most intelligent and most learned person, you'll try to take advantage of that. Yes, I mean, whatever you think you are, you will become like that. And then that will become, you will see the reflection of your thoughts into everything, and that is the Maya. Fantastic. This is also one of the side of the story. एक म्हणती माया कैची आहे ते सर्व ब्रह्माची थिजल्या विखुरल्या घृताची ऐक्यता ना गोळे म्हणे. No, somebody says, okay, then how is the Maya? How is the Mirage? If everything is Brahma, then how is the Maya? Do you think it is just like a solid state of water? Or do you think it is a liquid state of water? Or do you think it is gaseous state of water? Or do you think it is sky state? How is it? Is it in solid form or any other form? Do you think it is one and the same Maya everywhere, or this stone is different and that stone is different? Do you think that it is only one Maya existing, or do you think there are many mirages existing in so many deserts? Because this world is like desert then. Okay? Another side of the story. Now, in more depth, this story is telling. थिजले आणि विखुरले हे स्वरूपी नाही बोले साहित्य भंगले येणे बोले म्हणती ऐक. Now, it is not in any state. Thizle or vikhurle means it is not at one place, or it has been somewhere. It has been many places. Okay, it is not divided. It is not on one place or something like that. He swarupi nahi bolle, because in swarup means Brahma Tattva, it is not possible. If Ekoham Bhausyam is truth, only one God is existing everywhere. But if it is in many places, then God is being divided. Brahma Tattva cannot be divided. It means all the Vedanta and everything, all this Advaitavad, it will bhangle, means it will break the Advaitavad as well. It will break the God as well. So it will not become the truth as well. So Maya is not the truth. He has proved that one. Because if Maya exists, then God will have so many forms. But God is only one. Try to remember. And Vedas and all the Rishis and Munis, and they are not lying. They are speaking the ultimate truth. Now, एक म्हणती सर्व ब्रह्म हे न कळे जियासी वर्म तयाचे अंतरीचा भ्रम गेलाच नाही. Now this is the solution. So, some people say that Brahma Tattva is everywhere. And if you don't understand this inside your mind, brain and soul, inside you, if you don't get rid of this mirage, then you cannot see the mirageless Brahma Tattva everywhere. It is inside you that you have to see the God first. Then only you will see the God everywhere. Ultimate solutions is started giving now. एक म्हणते एकची देव तेथे कैसे आणले सर्व ब्रह्म हे अपूर्व आश्चर्य वाटे. God is only one. Brahma Tattva is everywhere, and it is apurva. It was existing, now existing, and it will exist forever. It is apurva. There is nothing which can be compared with it. And so you'll see in Ashcharya, means with astonishment you'll see that Brahma Tattva is everywhere. But this is for the people who think Maya is real. But the people who see the Brahma Tattva everywhere, they will find it Ashcharyavat, means astonishment, that oh, how can these people see Maya everywhere? Oh, yeah, once in a while I also felt like that. Then he'll have to go back and see that one. Fantastic. See, means he has passed through all these phases in life. And okay, एक म्हणते एकची करे अनुभवी अनुभवी नाही दुसरे सर्व ब्रह्म येणे प्रकार सहजीची झाले. Some people say that it is true that Brahma Tattva is only one, there is no another thing, second thing. And it is sahaj, means it is so easy to see it everywhere. सर्व मिथ्या एक सरे उरले त्याची ब्रह्म खरे ऐसे वाक्य शास्त्राद्वारे बोलते. So it is a true that everything is falsehood, and everything is going to perish, everything is going to change. But Brahma Tattva is the ultimate reality, ultimate truth, and all the shastras, all the books, Advaita books are telling it, and that is the truth. That this is the ultimate reality. Brahma Tattva is the only one. अलंकार आणि सुवर्ण तेथे नाही भिन्नपण आटाआटी येथे सीण म्हणते. Like we saw the example even in Gita and Dhaneshwari, that the gold is only one and the ornaments are different, but gold is everywhere. Like that, everything is made up of gold, means that Brahma Tattva, God. Okay, that is the ultimate reality. Try understand. हीन उपमा एकदेशी कैसे सायल वस्तुसी वर्ण व्यक्ति अव्यक्त ऐसी साम्यता न घडे. Now he is saying that all the examples have their limitations. Okay, so when I am giving the example of the gold, it is such a small thing. In fact, the earth itself is such a small. I hope you know the Voyager incidents. Then when it went beyond the Saturn, the scientists like Carl Sagan and Feynman and all these great people, they turned the Voyager and they took the photograph of the Earth, just a small blue dot, 10th part of 1 millimeter, small blue dot. So how much gold is there on the Earth? That is just a small. So all the examples have their limitations. And this God is beyond all the material things and immaterial things as well. It doesn't have any form, any kind of racism. You cannot have anything. It is object. We cannot explain it with any kind of words. If you try to explain something, then there will be no samyata. Then there will be no socialism. No real capital is God. Socialism means you cannot see the God in equal form everywhere. So सृष्टी सुवर्ण दृष्टी घालिता मुळीच आहे व्यक्तता अहंकार सोने पाहता सोनेची असे. So all this world which is made up of this gold called God, but all the ornaments are made up of God, and try to understand the limitations. That's what I told you. मुळीच सोनेची हे व्यक्त जड एकदेशी पीत पूर्णता पूर्णास अपूर्णता दृष्टांत केवी घडे. So that blue dot is such a small. So but God is infinite. So that example is not complete. Try to understand. Drishtanta is apurna, means that example is just not complete. Try to understand. It is beyond that. God is everywhere. दृष्टांत तितुका एकदेशी देणे घडे कळायचे सिंधू आणि लहरीसी भिन्नत्व कैसे. Just one more example I am telling you. He is saying that ocean is there. On that the tides are coming, and even the sometimes the tides are there and waves are there. Oh, I'm sorry. Tide comes when the moon is there, and then the water gets attracted, and waves are there. So many waves are there. Sometimes so huge waves are there, but there is no difference between the ocean and the waves. Try to understand this Maya is just a wave above the infinite ocean of God. This is another example I'm trying to tell you, but this Maya is just a wave, it has come onto the ocean of God. Try to understand. And if you understand this, then you will try to become deep inside the ocean, become one with the ocean. You will become yogi, bhakta. Then you will not be able to separate yourself from the God. Nobody can separate you from the God. And you will perform 24/7. Work is worship. उत्तम मध्यम कनिष्ठ एका दृष्टांते कळे स्पष्ट. उत्तम मध्यम कनिष्ठ means best of the best example. Madhyam is middle kind of examples. Kanishta means some useless examples that I'm trying to tell you. एका दृष्टांताचे कळे स्पष्ट. With one दृष्टांत means one example, you will understand everything very clearly. Eka drishtante nashta sandevade. There could be some example where you will feel that your confusion is increasing. Your doubts are increasing. So try to understand that uttam, madhyam, kanishta, best example, middle kind of example, and even the useless examples have been given. But try to take the best example which will make your doubts clear and you'll feel that I'm one with the God. Take that example, live with that example, you'll feel the God everywhere. And you'll die in that thought only and you'll become one with the God, you'll become formless, you'll become yogi, bhakta, you'll attain and achieve the mukti, atman-dhyan as well. Okay? So try to understand this. कैचा सिंधू कैची लहर अचळासा चळाची सरी साचायसी ओडंबरी मानूच ने. Now, example of ocean and the tide and even the waves has also limitations. This Brahma Tattva is achal, it is everywhere. How can I give you the example that which is moving, because it is not moving anywhere. This God is there everywhere. And that's why even this example has limitations. Sacha isi odambari manuchine. That which is truth, on which untruthful example cannot be given. Try understand. ओडंबरी हे कल्पना नाना भास दाखवी जना एरवी हे जाणा ब्रह्मची असे. So whatever example is there, that is the just idealistic and it is just a thought. It's kind of a movie, it's kind of a chalachitra movie. Nana bhasa dakhvi jana. That kinds of example also will create a lot of ignorance and bhas, means you'll try to see something else. Somebody will see something else. So bhas, mirage again will be created. So try understand everything is God. In each example, whether best, middle class or third class examples are there. He has said that Uttam Madhyam Kanishta. Still in each example try to understand God is everywhere. It is the only thing that is existing everywhere. Try to become one with it, become yogi, bhakta, and live a life 24/7 as work is worship you are performing or is happening through your body, mind and soul. ऐसा वाद एकमेका लागता राहिली आशका तेची आता पुढे ऐका सावध होली. So now if anything like this, the debate and like this the discussion is going on, if anything other some doubts are left, then please listen to me. I'm going to tell you in the next chapter. Maya Mitha, but I'm trying to clear it over here as well in 2 or 3 OVs, but these things will be taken care in another chapter as well. माया मिथ्या कळाली परी ते ब्रह्म कैसे झाली म्हणावी ते निर्गुणी केली तरी ते मुळीच मिथ्या. So Maya is mithya means all this mirage is falsehood. Now how the Brahma was created, how the Nirgun Brahma has been created. If Maya mithya is okay, then how the Brahma is created? Questions are annoyed. मिथ्या शब्द काहीच नाही, तिथे केले कोणी काय करणे निर्गुणाचं ठाई हे अगणित. Now The mithya means mirage word is there where nothing exists. Now nothing exists, then but God exists. So it is impossible that nothing exists but God exists. So this is agadit. It cannot happen. Agadit means it has not been happened. So करता ठायचा आरोप केले तेही मिथ्यारूप तथापि फेडू आक्षेप श्रोत्यांचं. नाव that arup, the formless God is there. How he has created Maya. Now I'm going to solve that doubt of audience in next chapter. Okay, so already he has cleared the doubt that God is there everywhere. You try to understand it, remain one with it, become yogi, become bhakta, and try to remain on the righteous path with following all the humanitarian ethics and values, and try to perform 24 by 7 work is worship. Try to remain in that state of mind. Then you will understand this. Otherwise, again, you will fall into the cycle of birth and living and dying and all those things. Because of this mithya maya, you will feel to be truth. Okay, so smallest of the smallest doubt, microscopic of the ultimate microscopic doubt, he is trying to clear, so that when all the doubts are gone, all the mirage is gone, what is left? The Brahma Tattva. Okay, so let us try to live with that Brahma Tattva forever. इति श्री दासबोधे गुरु शिष्य संवादे सूक्ष्म आशंका निरूपण नाम समास दूसरा. Okay, so let us try to live such life, Paramarthic life forever. Thank you very much.